Okay, back to being my own cameraman again. So, everybody, welcome to my first Geek's Guide to Microwave Cooking. Told you I'd teach you how to do some cheesecake, and that's what we're going to do. Quite easy. You need a block of cream cheese. Personally, I went with the fat-free because, let's face it, I'm trying to be a healthy geek here. And they even have, on the little wrapper, measuring lines for you. Because you're going to take a knife and you're going to cut yourself 2 ounces. And it will tell you exactly what 2 ounces is. We like when it's pre-measured for us. You preferably have left your cream cheese out a little bit so that it's quite soft. It'd be easier for you to mix it up that way. You'll have extra cream cheese, and hey, maybe you want to make a couple cups of this, because this is going to make you the perfect little coffee cup full of cheesecake. You're going to put it in a nice little bowl, and then you're going to move it off to the side, and you're going to get your sour cream. You only need like a tiny little container. You don't need nothing too big. Just going to get yourself 2 heaping tablespoons full of sour cream. And if you can get the lid back on the container, you're doing better than I am. 1 egg. Crack it on the edge of the table. Put your thumbs in and dump. Not terribly difficult. Toss it in the trash can. Some people might frown on using your finger to wipe off the spoon. I'm technically not one of them. You're going to get your measuring spoons here. You're going to take the tablespoonful and get your sugar. Since we like stuff sweet, we're going to put 2 tablespoonsful of sugar in our little bowl. And you're going to go for your lemon juice. Take your lemon juice here and go for your half. That's a half a teaspoon. You can do a whole teaspoonful, but it makes it a little tart. So personally, I just go for a teaspoonful. I mean, half a teaspoonful. Now, you go for your imitation vanilla. If you're being fancy, you can use the real vanilla, but I like the imitation. And you're going to use a whole teaspoonful for this one. Because we like the vanilla, it gives it a good flavor. Now you're going to get a fork. It's your regular everyday fork. Try not to splash it all around, make too big of a mess, but you're going to get in there and really mix it up till it's mixed up good. You can see what I'm doing here. Trying to tilt the bowl so you can see without putting it all over the table. Now I told you you'd need different sizes in the intro. If you've watched that, I told you you'd need different sizes of mugs for all the cooking we've been doing. And what I'm using today is just your average standard little teacup. Don't need anything too big for this one because this one isn't really going to swell up on you. Once you have this all mixed up, you might see a few little chunks in there, but yeah, for the most part, get it as smooth as you can. You shouldn't need to whisk it for too long. You don't need to spray the cup or anything. You just go ahead and pour it in your cup. Scrape your bowl, make sure you get all the good stuff out. You might want to get a spoon for that part, but it should be pretty good. Tap the cup down. Now you're going to turn yourself around and go over to whatever microwave you're using. As you can see, ours is over here in the corner. Pop the microwave, put your cup in, set it for 2 minutes, and you're good to go. While you're waiting for those 2 minutes, you can come back, start cleaning up. Or just lick the bowl because, let's face it, it tastes like cheesecake. You're good. Or even just put it over in the sink and run water in it. Like I said, I like to clean stuff up while I'm working. Just makes it easier afterwards, saves you time. And you'll have extra cream cheese, and hey, like I said, you can make as much of this as you want. Personally, I'm just making a little cup size. Put that in the fridge. And now you get out the fun stuff for afterwards. You got your Cool Whip to go on top of it. And personally, I bought some blackberries, but you can put any sort of fruit. Some people put granola on top. Pretty much anything you want. Now at this point, if you're watching your cup, if you're getting down to about a minute or almost close to the 2 minutes I said to do it, it may or may not start bubbling. That's normal. You don't need a bigger cup. It shouldn't boil over. You should be fine. Try not to shove your face first in the Cool Whip. I know it's good, but not good for you. Now, if you're really feeling ambitious and you want to make your own whipped cream, you just get a little jar or a little tub of heavy whipping cream and beat the crap out of it with a blender, and you'd have your own Cool Whip. I figured today, for being easy and everything, we would just use a nice container of stuff. About now, you're going to be turning around your microwave. Oop, see? Right on time. It's going to look a little lumpy and bumpy and curdy, possibly, but don't worry. Just give it a good stir with your spoon. It'll sink down a little bit. And after you've stirred it good, I like to put it back in for another 30 seconds. Make sure it all got evenly cooked. So you're looking at about a 2.5 minute recipe here. Easy and simple. Now this is probably when you're really going to see it start to bubble up. Don't worry, it is fine. Try not to lick your spoon too much, because you will have to put it back in there. Some people like to be all clean and healthy. As you can see right now, it's really, really bubbling up. Well, you probably can't see it, but you will when you're making it. And yeah, if it does bubble over, all you have to do is go get a paper towel, which is exactly what the camera's sitting on. So pardon me being giant in the camera. Wipe off your mug. At this point, you're going to take your mug from the microwave over to the freezer or the fridge, because it's going to be hot and you're going to want it to cool. Luckily, we have the cup that I made earlier. And you can just stick your big old spoon in there and put a nice big honking bunch of Cool Whip on top. And top it off with however many berries you want. There you have your very own cheesecake in a mug. How easy was that? Stay tuned next week. Maybe we'll get into something a little more difficult for you.